Chris Lynch, weekdays from 8:30 on News Talk ZB.
So people actually have a stark choice. A lot of words or some practical interventionism by a government that says people should have housing.
Nicky,
Clayton, I might agree with you if it was about money, but it's not about money. The government puts $600 million into housing New Zealand houses. The point is, it's logistics and getting it made, and that's why it's multifaceted. That's why we've got to add to the capacity of the construction industry. That's why we've got to open up land. That's why we've got to change the red tape. That's why we've got to have new emergency housing, and that's exactly what we're doing. All yours is talk, smoke and mirrors. $2 billion doesn't even give us 4,000.
You're sounding very upset, Nicky.
Well, I just get tired of it because the point is, it's not about the money, it's about making it happen.
I think the reason why Nicky's a bit upset with our policy, as is the Prime Minister and a few others, is because it is a stark choice now.
No, that's not it.
We've had 8 years of talk and smoke and mirrors from your government, and in the last 12 months you've decided, hey, the polls say people are really concerned about this, we better be seen to do something.
Absolutely wrong. We managed to fix it in Christchurch and we can do it around the country as well.
Is the problem fixed in Christchurch? Is it getting better, do you think?
Yes, it is getting better. There's more houses available and the rents are coming down. Absolutely.
There may be more houses available, but are they affordable though, Nicky Wagner?
Well, people are buying them and the price is not going up. It hasn't gone up like it has in Auckland.
But are those people buying them though, I suppose?
Yes, they are.
I know that, but are the people buying them first home buyers, do you think?
12,000 first home buyers have bought houses recently, and that's with our Home Start program. So we don't count whether they're first buyers otherwise, but 12,000 with the Home Start program.
Not a bad figure, Clayton. Your response?
Well, they trumpet the Home Start stuff. You get a small amount. The government says you're allowed to use your money, a bit more of it, from your KiwiSaver, right? And then you've got housing inflation around the country a bit slower here, but for instance in Auckland, 16 to 20% per annum. So you work out the figures on that. So allowing people to use a few $1,000s of their own money in their KiwiSaver account, and they should be grateful, Nicky Wagner says, and the government says to them for allowing them to do it. When, on a $500,000 house, a 20 to 16% increase a year, work that one out.
Well, it's not in Christchurch, of course, and actually, when we bought our first house, if the government had given us $10,000 each, we would have been very happy.
Got to go,
well,
Clayton.
With respect, Nicky, your generation and mine had a different set of advantages and a different scheme of arrangement.
But it was just as hard in the beginning.
And never faced housing inflation to this extent, and to say to people, look, well, you can take $10,000 extra out of your KiwiSaver.
No,
when housing inflation is going up in some cases $100,000 plus a year, doesn't really help them.
They are given $10,000, and if there's two of them, $20,000. That's given as a grant, as well as their own money.
Goes up at $100,000 per annum. How does that
It's not in Christchurch.
Chris Lynch, weekdays from 8:30 on News Talk ZB.